Hey there, my name is Alex, I am the Mont, and this is a review of the G903 gaming mouse, and the G613 wireless keyboard, and the Powerplay wireless charging mouse mat. This isn't a sponsored review, although a good friend of mine got me the mouse and keyboard and mouse mat recently, and said, hey, you should do a video review on them as you've got them, and I thought, that's a pretty good idea. Now, these are all Logitech products. They can all be managed from the Logitech G-Hub software. But let's start with the mouse, shall we? The main features of the G903 would be the left or right side buttons, so if you're left-handed you can have them on the right side and vice versa. As well as the infinite scroll wheel. I mean, just listen to this. Hopefully, my microphone, which is stupidly sensitive and picks up a bird from 5 miles away, picked up that infinite scrolling. What this means is you can click down a button and it will unlock the scroll wheel, allowing you to smoothly and very rapidly go up and down. Nice if you're browsing a very long document. It might have some other applications as well. I'm sure there's at least one game out there which has like some sort of quick time event or something where you need to scroll the mouse quickly. With this, you could burst that event. Then we have two buttons below that which will adjust the DPI of the mouse on the fly. In essence, this adjusts the sensitivity of the mouse. So if you're sniping, you can lower it and have very fine control over a small motion. Or you could increase it and start spinning around in rapid circles to unnerve your friends with your spastic movements, as you do. Now, of course, this is a wireless mouse, and that's heresy for pro gamers, right? Well, I'm not a pro gamer, and to my senses, this feels just as good as any wired mouse I've used in terms of responsiveness. It's very accurate and does exactly what I want. The fact that I suck at most FPS games is a different matter entirely. And it's a nice big mouse. It's hard to find big mice these days. They're all like these tiny little ones. I hate it. And even though it's big, it's very light. Though it does come with like a weight to optionally make it way more. But in my case, I was using it with the wireless charging mouse mat, which meant that I had to replace that disc with the one that comes with the mat, and I assume that's what enables it to work with it and charge up. The mouse also comes with a micro USB charging cable. If you're using it without the charging mat, well, that's how you would charge it up. Personally, I would never go back to a wired mouse. I think the last time I used one properly, well, probably around 2004. Wireless ones are so much more convenient and have no real drawbacks that I can think of these days. The wireless mat itself, I don't really have too much to say about it, other than it's black magic. There are two surfaces that it comes with. One is hard, the other is more of a soft material one. I suppose it comes down to preference, I'm not really sure. I'm using the material one. The mat is plugged into your PC, and then the mouse connects to the mat wirelessly, so you don't need the mouse and the mat both plugged in, which I like. And it's quite big too, so make sure you have space on your desk. As for the mechanical keyboard, well, it's wireless and it feels very responsive. Unlike mice, I never really saw too much need for a wireless keyboard. But being able to move around with it is definitely pretty good. It has a very nice feel to the keys when you press them. And in terms of responsiveness, I mean, it feels instant, which means to my eyes, any delay is not noticeable. I think Logitech was saying it's actually faster than a wired keyboard. I mean, I don't know if they're just using some marketing lingo, but to me, it feels very responsive and it's nice to press the keys. Although, if you are bothered by loud keys, these are pretty loud. I mean, let me give you an idea. I mean, it's kind of loud. And I'll point out what I just wrote was, hello men, Amy is Alex. Not sure how that happened, but I'm not going to worry about it. The keyboard itself has a decent weight to it, along with 6 programmable function keys on the left. Must admit, it took me a while to get used to those being there, because I kept hitting them when I'm trying to hit the escape key. Because I'm used to escape being the leftmost thing at the top, right? But no longer. As for battery life, well, apparently it lasts for a long time. Mine hasn't run out yet. It also comes with a micro USB charger as well, but I've not used that yet, as the battery seems to never want to run out, which suits me just fine. And to briefly touch on the software, G-Hub lets you see how much charge is remaining in your mouse, and it allows you to set the function and macro keys and lighting options. Now that last is something I tend to turn off, because I'm not looking at my mouse, I'm not looking at my keyboard, I'm not looking at any of that when I'm using my PC, I'm looking at the screen. I don't need it lighting up, but I know some people like that. And you can do all manner of fancy things with it, including profiles for games. For example, in Final Fantasy XIV, the mouse flashes red when I get aggro or enmity. That's nothing I've done, it just, it automatically knows to do that. All in all, it's a good combo. Although I think my favourite of the bunch, honestly, has to be the wireless charging mouse mat. It's incredibly neat. I think that about covers it though. So thanks to Path for giving me these very nice and expensive gifts. I did need a new mouse because mine was getting on 10 years old. Good housewarming present, and ones I'm going to get a lot of use out of. To boot, I use them every day. In fact, I use them pretty much all day, every day. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching, and take care.